that red armor. This is a massive opportunity for Evil. The LG is going to take him down, but he cannot find the rail. Overtime number 6. I think that button was pressed. He's hit one rail. He needs to hit one more. He can't quite get it. He's found it. We got 15 seconds though. Where is Rapha? Oh my God! He did this! What is this, Dan? Overtime 8. How?
QuakeCon 2016 was shaping up to be a massive event for both spectators and players alike. Doom had just launched, and id Software was gearing up to release their next highly anticipated game, Quake Champions. Little did the crowd know that this would be the last major event for Quake Live. Quake Live, while not the most successful Quake title, was certainly one of the most memorable for Duel alone. While Quake 3 focused on the DM skills, Quake Live was for the brainiacs. This video is going to cover one of the most iconic grand finals within Quake history. I wanted to cover just how substantial this match actually was. Rapha and Evil aren't just two professional players. They are regarded as some of the best duelers in Quake Live, and they were miles ahead of the rest. Rapha, being number 1 in North America and the world, had a period of dominance. From 2009 to 2016, Rapha had not 1, not 2, but 4 QuakeCon wins under his belt, and he was looking for a 5th at this event. Evil, on the other hand, had been the underdog for years, slowly growing and working on his style until QuakeCon 2013, where he placed second to Rapha. For years after this, Rapha and Evil would battle in grand final after grand final, seeing who could best each other for that number 1 spot. Evil was no Rapha though, and that was apparent in his style. While Rapha was this passive-aggressive player, waiting for the right time to take control, Evil was this extremely slow and defensive player. This isn't to say that Evil couldn't play aggressively, but to Evil, a good offense was a stronger defense. This made games between Evil and Rapha highly entertaining, because their styles actively promoted each other. To Rapha, Evil was like this puzzle, slowly poking and prodding away until he finally finds a solution and exploits that. Evil was always prepared for this though, and he would actively mix things up with unexpected plays. These weren't just feats of strength and skill, but determination and endurance. While the audience didn't know it, QuakeCon 2016 was going to be the final resting place for Quake Live. However, the professional players knew this, so it was go big or go home, especially for Evil. This was his last opportunity to beat Rapha in Quake Live, and he was hungry. Evil had a very shaky start at the beginning of the tournament, winning 3-2 to the Australian player Python. However, Evil was just warming up, and managed to subsequently beat Zorak War and Phrase 3-0. This put Evil into the semis against Rapha, who 3-0'd all of his games up to this point. Unfortunately enough, Rapha made quick work of Evil this time around, also winning by 3-0. Evil wasn't out though, and this was his wake-up call. He would play Kilson in the lower bracket finals, and whoever wins this plays Rapha. Evil was awake at this point, and he took Kilson down map 1, beating him 18-2. Map 2 was on Blood Run. This favored Evil's defensive style, where he won 6-0. Map 3 was Cure, and Evil was relentless, beating Kilson 14-0. Going into the finals, I could only imagine what Evil was thinking. He's fought hard up to this point, but nothing would amount to the Goliath that was standing before him. Going into the match, Rapha would have a 1-map lead for not dropping a game in the upper bracket. This already put Evil at a disadvantage, but things were hopeful. Evil would go in launching his metaphorical stones towards Rapha, hoping to eventually knock the Titan down. The first map was Sinister, and it was nail-biting. Evil started out strong, securing the first frag within the first minute of the game. The match would go on with the two Titans trading blows until 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, where Evil would score a second frag. By the 7-minute mark, Evil was still up 2-0, but Rapha was slowly and methodically working his way back into the game by stealing several major items alongside yellow armors. This put Rapha in the lead, but Evil was no stranger to playing on the defensive against Rapha. With only 3 minutes left, Evil would have to play extremely carefully to not give away a frag. Rapha managed to catch Evil out with 15 seconds left in the match though, but Evil was still up by 1 frag. All he had to do was hold out. Rapha catches wind of Evil and starts the hunt, rocket jumping to Evil so he could tie the game and take it to overtime with 2 seconds to spare. Evil can still win this though, but Rapha hits an amazing prediction rocket to secure himself a 1 frag lead. Rapha knew he had to capitalize on this and quickly started looking for where Evil could spawn. He catches Evil out and does some massive damage. While Evil was trying to escape though, he clipped the wall with a rocket and self-frags with splash damage. With 13 seconds remaining in the map, Evil realizes that it's better to cut your losses and move on. He types GG, forfeits, and goes on to map 2, hopefully clearing his head. Rapha now has match point. Just like Sinister, the game started fast, but the tables were flipped. Rapha caught out Evil within the first 10 seconds of the game. However, Evil was known to have some of the best rockets in Quake Live and managed to turn the tables on Rapha and secure the first frag. The game would develop a bit more, with both Rapha and Evil trading damage and then restacking back up. The first major mistake of the game was made. Evil was at red armor, just waiting out of position. He left it up while Rapha came in, fragged Evil, and stole the red armor away. For the next 2 frags and a few minutes, Rapha was in control. Evil was just on the back foot constantly, but he was dealing more damage than receiving. This eventually weakened Rapha enough to where he couldn't contest Mega and red armor. This is where Evil took control of the match. Rapha wasn't making Evil's time ahead easy though. Moving around the map, being unpredictable, dealing damage, and taking items where he could. Rapha set an excellent trap and catches Evil out. However, Evil being the defensive player that he is, managed to turn a dire scenario around, dealing the lethal blow in this fight to Rapha, putting Evil just that much closer to tying up the game. Not more than 10 seconds after, Rapha pushes to finish off a hurt Evil. But Evil bounces Rapha into the lava pit below, taking a frag away from the giant and securing a tied game. Evil was surely feeling the adrenaline by this point. Rapha was slippery though, hiding away and waiting for the right time to strike. Evil almost catches him out, but Rapha's movement dodged any damage from Evil's rocket and managed to sneak onto the red armor where Evil pinned him. This was a pivotal moment for Evil, and he needed to secure this frag, but Rapha most certainly wasn't going down without a fight. Evil was frantically looking to get that frag lead, but Rapha just wasn't going to give it to him, and he eventually got away. At this point, Rapha is just looking to take the game to overtime, because he can't manage to get a kill without also putting his life on the line. Going into the first overtime, Evil was once again on the back foot. Rapha is close to being fully stacked, and Evil is just barely alive with 100 health and 16 armor. Evil does have one thing above Rapha though, and that's the key. You see, Elder is a very unique map where it adds an extra item pickup, which is a key that controls several doors on the upper areas of the map. This key is one of the most important items on the map because it can allow someone who is in control to snowball the game, or for someone who is behind, easy access to both Heavy and Mega. All Evil has to do is stay alive and flip control going into overtime 2 for him to have an advantage over Rapha. Evil was playing OT1 extremely well, managing to land several unreturned rails, stealing one of the red armors away from Rapha, and getting his stack to 120-180. Evil had taken the lead going into overtime 2. Immediately after going into overtime 2, Evil manages to hit a rail onto Rapha while he was going for red armor. This will surely slow Rapha down and keep Evil just that much more ahead during the start of this overtime. However, Rapha was quick to stack and managed to get a stack lead on Evil, but Evil still holds the key. Both players are playing cautiously because they know the first person to die will inevitably lose this game. Near the end of OT2, both players trade massive blows, knocking themselves down to just end up restacking for OT3. Overtime 3 started off slow, but quickly ramped up with Rapha almost losing his life to Evil. Evil has insane rockets, but almost an evenly matched railgun. The rails Evil had landed just keep slowly pushing Rapha back until Evil felt confidently enough to push in to try to secure a frag on Rapha. However, one of Rapha's main ideologies when it comes to Duel is to always have an escape route. This oftentimes comes in handy for him as he can play aggressively while having a way out. Rapha, being exponentially behind, wants to take this to Overtime 4. Overtime 4 and 5 were pretty uneventful. During these 4 minutes, the two Titans were just developing the game board in this metaphorical chess match. Evil would manage to land some major damage, Rapha would then stack up to return the favor, and vice versa. Overtime 6 had just started and things were already gearing up. Rapha managed to catch Evil out by the red armor and pin Evil mid-air. Rapha had come out swinging and he was ready to end this. Interestingly enough, Evil managed to fend Rapha off from getting the frag with his rockets. The tables had turned as Rapha made a move trying to secure this game. Evil had 50 health, with the best player chasing hot on his heels. Evil has to escape if he wants a chance at beating Rapha on this map. We are in the end game now.
Overtime number 7 has arrived. The game continues, and Evil still hasn't worked out how to unlock Rapha here. Rapha, he's just jumped in. Very aggressive move. The rail does hit him as well, and there's that mega does not spawn for a few moments. On top of that, Rapha being aggressive for the top. Evil's gonna get out of it. He's at risk of death. The ball tapped the rail. Rapha chasing a shotgun, and he's got him.
Finally, Rapha gets the kill, but it's not over just yet. We still have more time on the clock here for Evil to try to get a last-ditch attempt, a Hail Mary, something. But Rapha's stack is unbelievable, and Evil's going to be in a lot of trouble. Rapha looking to get a follow-up kill. Oh, there it is, with the rail. 2 frags in advantage now, Rapha. Surely that's enough, but he is low.
They couldn't get a frag in 12 minutes. What makes you think that Evil's going to get 2 in 1?
Overtime 7 was surely where this game would end. Rapha managed to get 2 frags early on in the game, where the score had remained the same for almost 30 minutes. Evil wasn't done though, and he wasn't about to let his last chance slip into oblivion like this. Miraculously, Evil trapped Rapha by one of the yellow armors, and all he had to do was hit 2 rails to secure a kill. And then, within 15 seconds, grab another. Evil hit the first rail. He misses the next, but then manages to finish off Rapha with his 3rd shot. There's 15 seconds remaining, and Rapha made a blunder. Evil somehow manages to secure 2 frags to tie the game up again, and lead into overtime number 8. This was it. It was do or die for Evil. Rapha had freshly spawned going into this overtime, and Evil has to secure a kill now, or things could stalemate again. Evil had Rapha trapped, but it was all about the mind games. Evil couldn't just push in because that would risk the game, so he had to just sit and bide his time until he could catch out Rapha. Rapha, however, being 5 steps ahead of Evil, managed to give him the slip and safely get out. We are now in overtime 9. Overtime 9 started out slow, with not much happening till the first 20 seconds, where Evil hit a direct prediction rocket onto an already weak Rapha. And then, this happened.
Although he is actually stacking up on those yellows, he's been doing so for some time. Oh, that is really important because Rapha doesn't really have a lot of access to really replenish that. This is a window for Evil. If he decides to get aggressive, he just has to guess right once, and he could nail it.
Evil's gonna make sure that Rapha can't get a stack up to that 2 armor. I think maybe he wants action to just completely close the gap. That red's been taken, he lands 1 rail. Not going to hit the other, but next rail there from Rapha. Top the others up. Wow! He's fighting again. again. He's going to close the gap here with the LG. Is this it? Rapha's pretty weak. The rockets are amazing though. He's going to chase us. This is going to be the one. Evil has taken the lead.
Well, there's a minute to go, and he's not too strong. Rapha comes in, LG's out, but he's bouncing around. Evil's got the better position, and he gets the frag. He's got the R8 too. He looks pretty good for now. What's Rapha going to do? How can he get to Evil? He has 40 seconds to do that, and the leg is up for Evil. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
30 seconds for Evil. He's got the rookie help up, which is a massive saving grace, but let's go with the perspective and see if he's able to chase it down the field. He's found Evil. He's done a ton of damage, but he's got to cut him off somehow. I think he might have to go for the chase. Evil is still owning the key. I think he has to commit this there. Oh, what a defensive rocket from Evil. 10 seconds to go, Rapha. Are you going to be able to take him down? It looks as if Evil, with the quantum play, he's taken it. That's a 28-minute map going to Evil.
Evil had done it. He fought extremely hard, tooth and nail, to secure this map to ensure he would get to play at least one more map during the last QuakeCon for Quake Live. Evil would then go on to play Rapha on Blood Run, beating him 3-1, tying up the set 2-2, with this last map being the decider for who would win the greatest QuakeCon ever. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you haven't already, I would highly recommend checking out the games that I've talked about today. Until next time guys, peace.